Greg Spencer. I'm an editor at the Regional Environmental Center, and I also write a blog about bicycling as transport. And this presentation is about facing our demons. And you can get an idea of who our demons are from that little picture. Sorry. This seems longer than 15 seconds. For several years now, NGOs have been pushing for a greener transport solution in Budapest, and recently they've been focusing on the big noisy thoroughfares. They want to green them by creating bike lanes, public transport lanes, and wider sidewalks. Last week, City Hall proposed a one-month trial for green transport, but unfortunately they decided to advertise it as an experiment with artificial traffic jams. The surprise result was that nobody wanted traffic jams. The mayor even got a dork award from one of his political adversaries. And earlier this week, the cabinet voted it down officially. But the question remains, can Budapest grow cycling without infringing on cars? And the answer is that not really, as Budapest is a densely built up city, all the space is spoken for, and if you're going to create space for bikes, you've got to take it away from somewhere. Do we want to grow cycling without infringing on cars? Well, I don't think so, because it's a great opportunity to reduce the traffic. You can see in these two maps of nitrogen oxide and nitrogen dioxide levels, they're quite bad all over downtown. And it's just going to get worse. From the political transitions, car traffic grew 30% until 2001, and it's going to grow more and more for the foreseeable future. Cars are also quite dangerous. This map is put together by the Budapest police. It shows all the accidents in the last 30 days. And so these are serious accidents to pedestrians by cars. How can Budapest grow cycling? Well, one way is by taking a cue from Paris. Why Paris? Because it has a similar background. No historic tradition of transport cycling, but they've done quite well with it. In 1995, Paris started building up cycling from the ground up. And by 2007, the investments had resulted in 400 kilometers of new bike tracks. Now, the second mayor to promote cycling is a socialist named Bertrand Delanoë. And what he did that his predecessor didn't was openly confront the car culture. And he has some pretty strong fighting words for the motorists out there. Some of the specific measures that Paris has taken to promote cycling has been to close down selected streets on weekends so that people can go out and skate and ride bikes and walk and enjoy some fresh air. They also have several zones in the city. They're green zones, and the speed limits for cars are 30 kilometers per hour. Bicyclists and pedestrians can walk freely along these streets without fear of being run over. Another thing they do is that when they install a cycling facility, they put it on the road, and so they take away space from motorists. They're promoting green transport while they're also reducing motor transport. Well, what were the results? After 9 years of investing in cycling, cycling levels were up 63%. So that's pretty concrete evidence that if you spend money on it, it'll work. The next thing they did was they launched the biggest bike sharing system in the world, Velib. 20,000 bicycles parked at 1,500 stations. You can ride them for an hour with just a swipe card. The result of that was a 33% spike in bicycling levels after the first year. So it was the single most effective measure that they launched. Budapest is going to do a similar thing, a bike sharing scheme. It's going to be a lot smaller. It's only going to be confined to just the downtown districts. However, in order for it to work, they need to have the cycling lanes and paths in place so people have a place to ride these bikes. My conclusion is that bike use will increase if the city spends money on it. And also, in a tight urban space like Budapest, you have to take that space away from the cars to do it. And now a word from my sponsor. This is a website all about sustainable transport. It has a lot of case studies on bicycling, on public transport, and so on. There's the URL. Have a look at it. Thank you.